So, good evening, Narendra.
Good evening, sir.
So, how are you?
I am good, sir.
So, we as the
What a-
ultimate,
what about
yes,
you, sir?
I'm also good. Thank you for asking. So, we as the ultimate coders inviting you for your first round of mock interview. So, let's start. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, can you just tell me about yourself?
Yes, sir. First of all, thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Narendra Joshi. I am belong from Udgir in Latur district. I have completed BSc from Shivaji Mahavidyalaya Udgir in the year 2021, and I have 1 year experience. Uh, I have 1 year experience from UI developer, and I work on HTML, CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript, jQuery, Angular. That's all about future.
Okay. So, can you just tell me about your strengths and weaknesses?
Yes, sir. Sir, my weakness is I can't say no when someone asks me for help, and my strengths are I am quick learner, and I have positive attitude, and I am self motivated.
Okay. So, you said you are a UI developer having 1 year experience. So, how much do you rate yourself in UI? In the rate
So
of five, in the range of five.
I will give sir a 4, sir, out of 5.
And why means you are giving 4 out of 5 means that is a good sign of UI developer. So
But
why
sir,
do you give yourself that much rating?
okay. But sir, all the peoples are not. It means complete in any skill, and I am uh, learning in the skill. So I give the 4 rate out of 5.
Okay. So from here, Raul sir will be starting your UI
Okay.
about your UI questions.
Narendra, tell me what is the HTML5?
Okay, sir. HTML5 is a semantic and web pages for creating the web pages. And in HTML5, there are new tags, header, footer, main, and it means audio, video tag in HTML5, sir.
Okay. What is the difference between HTML4 and HTML5?
In HTML4, the declaration is very lengthy and hard to write, and HTML5 is the declaration very simple to write. And in HTML5, have the multimedia. It means video, audio, video tag, and in HTML4, we use a flash in multimedia. That is
Okay.
the difference.
What is the attribute in HTML?
Attribute means, sir, it gives some meta information of the HTML element to the browser.
Okay, good. What is the difference between inline and block element?
Yes, sir. Inline elements are start on same line, and inline elements its width is it width is content, and inline elements give apply not the margins top bottom, and inline elements we cannot apply width and height, and block elements starts on new line, and block elements are apply 4 direction margin, and block elements start new line, and block elements, so we apply the it gives the parent width 100%, and block elements we give the height and width.
Okay. What is the box model?
Yes, box model, every HTML is a box. It consists content, border, padding, margin.
Okay. What are the elements in HTML5?
What, sir?
What are the elements in
Huh.
HTML5?
In HTML5, new tags, sir. It means header, footer, main, and aside. That's
Oh, okay. What is the box size?
box sizing is to calculate width and height of the HTML element.
Okay. And how to apply?
Box sizing, its value is border box. Yes, box sizing, border box, and by default is content box.
Okay. What are the input elements in HTML5?
I'm not sure, sir.
Okay. How to link another web page using HTML5?
By using anchor tag, sir.
Anchor tag. Okay, good. Can you elaborate it?
Yes, it means in anchor tag, we path of href using href attribute. We use the path of any page and go to, and we go redirect the other page, sir.
Okay. What is the display none and visibility hidden?
Hidden. Okay, sir. Display none, when we use display none, the changes the structure of HTML page, and in visibility hidden, don't changes the structure of web pages, and in HTML with display none, the element is removed from the page, and in visibility hidden, the element does not remove the HTML page, and don't changes the structure of the page.
Do not disturb you. Okay. And what is mean by position sticky?
Position sticky. It is the hybrid of position relative and position fixed, sir.
Okay. And what is the float?
Float means when we apply the property float, the element moving, the content is moving left and right side, sir.
Okay. Have you worked on SAS?
What, sir?
Have you worked on SAS?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the SAS?
SAS means, sir, synthetical awesome style set, and it is a preprocessor of CSS.
Okay. And
that's also, sir.
okay, easy to manage. Okay, and increase the code speeding. Okay, and its main cross browser compatibility. Okay.
Yes, sir.
How to use a SAS file in HTML?
Browser cannot read, sir, SAS file. Then we compile and change the code in CSS file, sir. It means it is we install the processor and compile to it CSS code.
What is the features of SAS? Which type
variables,
of features? Okay.
Variables, mixins, and other functions, nesting. That are the features of SAS.
Okay. And what is the variable?
What is
the variable?
In variables, we use the color, partition of color, strings, booleans, numbers. Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the nesting in SAS?
No, sir, I'm not sure.
Okay. What is the partial and imports? Do you know about that? how to import files.
Yes, sir. It means partial means, sir, if you have a button, then we create the partition in the SAS file. And in a SAS, we give the import and separate give the CSS in separate partition.
Okay. What is mean by mixing?
Mixins means in mixin we use the common CSS. It means like not common CSS. We use the those CSS are repeated in the SAS file. We use that CSS we use in mixin.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you repeat? What is the mixing?
Sir, mixin means those CSS. It means the common CSS we use the in mixin, like color.
Common. Network problem is going on here. Okay.
Okay. Repeated CSS we use the in mixin.
Repeated CSS. Suppose I want to apply border radius in the SAS. How to keyframe use and how to formulate it?
We use the border radius directly.
Directly? Okay. How to use extension in SAS?
I'm not sure, sir.
Okay, not sure. Okay, again, which type of selector use in a CSS?
Yes, sir. There are 5 types of selector. First is a simple selector. Next, combinator selector. Third, pseudo class selector, pseudo element selector, and attribute selector, sir.
Can you elaborate each and every?
Yes, sir. In simple selectors are universal selector, tag selector, class selector, and ID selector. And combinator selectors, as well as their name is relational selector. We use the CSS on the basis of a relation, as like child parent child selector, child selector, sibling selector, and new sibling selector. And in a pseudo class selector, it defines the state of the element. And the examples of pseudo class selectors are pseudo class selectors over then active, focus. They are the examples of pseudo class selectors. And pseudo element selectors, it gives the particular part of the element. And the examples of pseudo element selectors are after, before, first line, first letter, and selections. And attribute selectors means we give the value we give the spaces on the basis of their value, like up sign, dollar. Yes.
What is the general sibling combinator and how to write it? Can you show it and write it?
General sibling.
Just to share the screen here and how to write show.
Okay. 1 minute. General sibling.
Yes, combinator.
Sir, it applies all the H1 tags. It is
I'm asking how to use general sibling combinator. You just open the notepad. You directly apply the H1 CSS directly. Open the style.css. I am asking how to use general sibling combinator.
general sibling combinator. Then we use the symbol of tilde.
And right now,
Yes, sir.
how to use it? Show me.
I'm not sure, sir.
A similar thing is adjacent sibling combinator. No. Do you know how to which type of symbol use in a adjacent sibling combinator?
Adjacent sibling combinator, we use the less than symbol, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
And in direct child, which type of symbol you use?
Yes, in direct cell we use mm, the less than symbol, and in adjacent sibling selectors we use the symbol of uh, dollar, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the difference between tag selector, class, and ID? And elaborate it.
ID selector, sir, means we denoted by hash, and it is a unique ID selector. And tag selectors means it is a name, like div is a tag and h1 is a tag. And class selectors means we use the class we using by attribute class and gives the name anything, and we denoted by dot when we write the CSS.
Okay. What is the specificity?
Specificity, it means mm, the specificity of ID is greater than class, and class is greater than ID. And in specificity, we it means when we calculate the specificity, we use the number of IDs, number of class, and number of tags is present in there.
Can you repeat?
Specificity means the ID, the specificity of ID is greater than tag. Specificity of ID is greater than class, and class specificity of class is greater than tag. And we calculate when we calculate the specificity, then we calculate the number of IDs, number of class, and number of tags present in there.
Okay. Done from my side. Okay, Rushi, you can continue.
Yes.
I have 2-3 question on JavaScript. If you done, then tell me. I will ask in the middle.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So, hi Narendra, if you want a glass of water, then you can take it.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. So, what is JavaScript?
JavaScript is a lightweight interpreted language having first-class function.
What is mean by interpreted?
Interpreted means we use to interpreted means write to small when we write the code. It is easy for
Okay, fine. Yes. So, what is mean by first class function?
yes, a function which is stored as a value, and in the declaration it is a first class function.
How many types of data types are there in JavaScript?
There are 2 types of data type. First is primitive data type, another is non-primitive data type. In primitive data type, having 5 types: string, boolean, null, number, and undefined. And in non-primitive data type, array, function, and object.
Okay. What is the difference between not defined and undefined?
Undefined means we declare the declaration, but don't value assign it. And not defined means we don't declare the declaration.
Yes, there is no declaration. Okay.
Yes.
So Tell me what is array?
Array means where we can store the multiple data on the basis of index number.
Okay. And what is the object?
Object means where we can store the multiple relational data in the form of key and value pair separated by column.
Okay. What is hosting in JavaScript?
Hosting is the behavior of JavaScript, and all the declarations are get shifted at the top of the scope.
What is scope?
Scope means the availability and accessibility of the any declaration.
Okay. How many types of scope is there in JavaScript?
There are two types of scope. First is global scope, another is local scope. And local scope is created in the function, and it is created by let and const, and where cannot be created the local scope.
Why? Can you show
Because
me the example? If I use where,
yes,
then it should be not means not usable in outside the function, correct?
yes sir.
Okay, show me.
Yes sir. At 4 line, it gives the value of declaration a, and in function at 7 line, it don't give the value of a.
Means
It means sir, we are not created the where cannot created the local scope, and in the function where it is a local scope. So
and if I use let, why it is not printing? There is a simple answer why it is not printed.
in a function sir,
Yes.
because of where cannot where create the only global scope,
You
and
didn't call the function only.
okay.
Okay, so now your answer will be changed, correct?
Yes sir.
What you will say?
When we use let, then where create, but in a function when we in function when we declare any function, any declaration, Sir, at sir, at 11 line, it gives B is not defined space. Sir.
Yes, same with the late also, because it is in a local scope.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But where when we declare in the function, then
Mhm.
it is in the local scope, in the scope, function scope, functional scope. So we cannot assign in outside of the function.
Yes, but you said something about where and late. If we use where, then we cannot can use outside, and if we use late. So tell me that what you said.
Okay.
So if you use late also, there is error because it is in the local scope.
Yes.
Then you had some point you said.
It means where cannot created the local scope.
But created, no?
Yes, but it is but we assign in the function, sir. We don't assign in the global scope.
Yes.
We,
If we do with late also same.
but sir, when we call in outside, then it gives
Both
the
will
not.
give the error. Both will give the error.
Yes, sir. But
Late also will give the error. Where also will give the error. Yes.
yes, sir.
Okay. So do you know the concept of block scope?
Block scope, no, sir.
Okay. So okay, you can stop your screen.
Yes.
Yes. So what is the difference between slice and splice?
Yes, sir. When we in array, when we use the slice, it cut the string, it cut the array, and it gives the 3 parameters, and slice gives the 2 parameters, and splice gives the 3 parameters, and splice, the first is index number, and another is how many elements which we want to remove in the array, and third is how many elements which we want to add or remove in the array, and third element is not compulsory in splice, and in a slice there are 2 parameters. First is index number, another is it is not compulsory.
End index. Okay, so
Yes.
you said in splice, the third parameter we can add or remove.
Yes, sir.
No, only for adding we use third parameter.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next, what is the difference between substring and substr?
Yes. Substring can assign the minus index number, and substr cannot. It means they cannot assign the minus number of index number
You
of the
said the
string.
difference between slice and substr. So tell me what substr do.
Substr gives the cut the string.
No, substring will cut the string. Substr.
Substr, I'm not sure, sir.
Open the Chrome, Google Chrome.
Yes. I can share the
Yes,
screen,
yes,
sir.
yes, yes. Google Chrome. Okay. Console only. Console. Okay. Take one string here. let str something. Take any string. Not array. We have to take a string.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Press enter. Okay.
Is your
Now
undefined?
type str.
Yes.
Okay. Enter. So what you have to do is use sub str on this. Str dot and tell me
Okay.
the difference.
Str dot.
You are
So
taking dot where? Yes. Sub str takes two arguments. First is from where you are starting, correct?
yes, sir.
Then what is second? You only tell me.
Yes. In sub str, it means when we start from index 1, then which we want to complete the string, which we want the word, then you write the, it means I am taking the 4, then the it prints only from 1 to 4.
Okay, fine. So you can study after the interview. It's okay.
Okay.
So next, my question is, what is constructor?
Yes. Constructor means function, constructor function, no, sir?
Yes.
It is creating the blueprint of the object.
Okay. Okay. So what is coercion?
Conversion of one data type into another data type is called coercion.
Okay. Why we use for each?
For each is a higher order function, and in for each we use the parameter. We use the callback function, and it gives the it take a one parameter. So and that parameter do the all functions which we use in for loop. It means the parameter takes gives the, it means initialization and iteration, updation, like as like element.
Okay. Can I use for each on string?
No, sir. For each is used in only array.
Yes. So you said higher order function. So what is a higher order function?
Yes, sir. Higher order function means it accepts the function like it accepts the function the it accepts the function as like parameter or argument.
And what is a callback function?
Callback function is a function which passed as a argument or parameter.
Okay. So I will give you an array. Okay.
Yes. Yes, sir.
or take one array or take one string. Okay, reverse that string.
I'm not sure, sir.
Reversing a string.
Okay, I'm trying, but I'm not sure, sir.
Okay, tell me the way how you will do that.
Okay. First of all, you give the for loop, and then that array we use
Without using for loop.
yeah. Without using for loop, we use the some properties of the string like join. Then after we use the property of um,
Firstly, we'll
reverse.
join or another any method.
No, sir, I'm not sure.
Okay, fine. So I will give you one array. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
I will give you one name, which one you have to remove. Okay. So remove that element which I will give from that array. Write the function like that for that array. Okay. If
Yes.
I will give just name, you have to remove that. Okay.
Yes.
We'll share you one. Till that time, Rahul sir will ask some questions. Hello, Rahul sir.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm. Can you repeat? Question?
Yes, you can ask your JavaScript questions.
Okay. Okay. What is this keyword in object? Can you tell?
Yes, sir. When we use this keyword, then it accept it means then give the closest parent of the object
Where should we not use this?
in arrow function, sir, because it gives the windows. It is the drawbacks of the arrow function.
And which keyword reserved in a constructor method?
Yeah. In constructor method, when mm, when we write the code in the function, then we use this keyword, and when we call the function, then we use the new keyword.
Okay.
Correct.
And how to empty the array? If you have some array, then how to empty it?
How to empty it? By using slicer.
Can you write? Share the screen. Okay.
I'm not sure, sir, but I only theoretical knowledge.
Okay. How to print last element in console in from array?
By using index number, and another is method is by using.
Can you write it and share your screen and show it?
Yes, sir.
Just first question is how to write last element.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Without the index number.
Okay. Without index number, then we write without index number.
There are two ways.
Yes, sir.
See the code, don't see outside. You have written a correct way, but just you have to modify something.
I am not sure, sir.
Okay, use return length. Okay, do control Z.
Yes, sir.
So last index is get by length, correct?
Yes, sir.
Just use it in array ages of ages dot length -1 over,
Yes.
or you can use pop.
Without
Oh, this
okay.
is also wrong.
Wrong way. Just go in age in square bracket list dot ages dot
Ages dot
length -1
length -1. It in
in
bracket.
square bracket. Okay.
Okay.
Ages dot length.
All in no.
Remove dots. Yes, remove that dot.
Yeah.
Age in the bracket in square bracket age dot length -1.
In all in a square bracket, sir.
Just
Age
try. Yes. Before that, type.
dot
Not
type.
here in the square bracket. I am telling you in the ages dot length. Okay. Let's check now.
Okay. Yeah.
What it did.
I'm not sure about that question, sir.
Okay. Can
What
you
it will give ages dot length.
yes, that's the main question.
Dot length is a property, and it gives and it means index last index is equal to ages dot length -1. It means the length is started in the element from 1 to.
Why you are confusing that much? Just tell me it is used to find the length of an array, correct?
Yes, sir.
Why you are
Array is always greater than 1 index number. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can continue to see.
yes. So I'm also done. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
here we come to the end of your interview. So do you have any questions for us?
No, sir.
Okay. So bye. Good night.
Thank you, sir.